Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of an Extravagant Few Minutes live here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Sports Network on YouTube. Sponsored and brought to you, as always, by tickets.12ouncesports.com. If you're looking to go to the Stanley Cup Playoffs, the NBA with the play-in games and their playoffs, or a baseball game, minor league, major league, whatever, we are your source for those tickets. That is tickets.12ouncesports.com. All right, everybody. How's your heart rate? How's your stress level? How's your excitement level after last night with the Detroit Red Wings with that heart-stopping last-minute win over the Montreal Canadiens to save their playoff ambitions? A 5-4 overtime win last night, down 4-1. The Red Wings dug down deep, got a goal to make it 4-2 after 40 minutes of play. And then, of course, it was DeBrincat with 9 minutes to go to make it 4-3. And then after pulling the goaltender in a humongous leaping grab of the puck by Shane Gostisbehere to keep it into the zone, they found Lucas Raymond. He buried one to tie it up at 4 with about 1:10 to go in regulation time. And then everybody loves Raymond. Why not one more time with 25 seconds left to go in overtime? And the Red Wings clawed all the way back. Their 13th win. After 13th comeback win in the third period or overtime, they keep their playoff hopes alive with a 5-4 overtime victory over the Montreal Canadiens. So tonight it's pretty simple. The Red Wings are in Montreal for the second of a home and home. They've got to win. If they win and Washington loses in any fashion, the Red Wings are going to the playoffs. Should the Red Wings lose in overtime and get 1 point, they're going to need Washington to lose in regulation time. And then they're going to need the Pittsburgh Penguins to lose tomorrow in regulation time. So it's that simple. Should the Flyers beat the Capitals and the Red Wings lose, the Flyers are going to the playoffs. So it's kind of convoluted for the Flyers, pretty simple for the Red Wings. Win in a Washington loss of any kind, and the Red Wings are going to the playoffs. Again, a Red Wings loss in overtime, they could still sneak in, but it doesn't look good. A loss for the Red Wings in regulation time, and they're out. But hey, it's great to be relevant. And in the last game of the year for the Red Wings, it's been a few years since we could say that. Long since that run of 25 straight years where the Red Wings made the playoffs. But boy, oh boy, what an exciting game last night. How many of you thought the Red Wings were done when they were down 4-1? I've got to admit, I had my doubts. But when they made it 4-2, you thought they can get a goal in the first 10 to 12 minutes. They can make it interesting. And boy, did they sure do that. The Little Caesars Arena was absolutely on fire last night, a playoff atmosphere. And that's why I hope among hopes as a Detroit Red Wings fan, obviously, but they can win. They can get Hockey Town rocking in that opening round. The winner of the final playoff spot will take on the New York Rangers, by the way. They clinched the President's Cup, so they will host the second wild card team. So, boy, oh boy, if you're a hockey fan, tonight is the night. So much at stake for the Red Wings and the Capitals, the Flyers, the Penguins. Boy, it's going to be must-see TV for NHL action tonight. Turning our attention to baseball, we lost an old-time favorite and a great manager in his own right. Whitey Herzog passed away today at the age of 92. You might remember Herzog started out managing the California Angels back in the early 70s, but then took over the Kansas City Royals, brought them to the playoffs a couple of times in the late 70s, took over for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he got them a World Series championship in 82, World Series appearances in 85 and 87, and he was let go in 1990. In his famous quote, "I started when the Cardinals were in last place, and I'm finishing when they're in last place." So Whitey Herzog, of course, we all know him, his particular brand of baseball, which would never fly today. Whitey ball, speed, pitching, and on-base percentage. Something, again, that would never fly in this day and age of, chicks digging the long ball and home runs, striking out, the on-base percentage. Not nearly as emphasized maybe as it was 40 years ago. But Whitey Herzog passed away today at the age of 92. All right, that's going to do it here for another Extravagant Few Minutes, brought to you as always by tickets.12ouncesports.com. If you want to go to the Stanley Cup Playoffs or the NBA playoffs or a minor league baseball game, anywhere you want to go, make sure you check out tickets.12ouncesports.com. Join Philly Pete at 6 o'clock tonight for another edition of Prime Time Live with Philly Pete. And of course, join us tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Jimmy Young is going to be our special guest, and he's going to stop by. We're going to talk about the Frozen Four this past weekend, and we'll take a look at the playoff picture in the NHL, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit more about the late, great Whitey Herzog. All right, everybody, Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open. Thanks for joining us here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Sports Network for another edition of an Extravagant Few